Have you ever heard your friends saying something like,
"Oh, I didn't study for the test."
and then they proceed to get a perfect score on it? Maybe you even said it yourself when you did study for the test. So, why does it happen? Well, the most likely reason is academic validation syndrome. In this video, we'll explain what academic validation syndrome is, how to cure it, and how to prevent it. Let's jump right into it.
Academic validation syndrome, in Russian it's syndrome отличника, is driven by fear of failure and external need of approval. And even though people with such unofficial diagnosis can achieve success in their life, they are also faced with a lot of emotional stress. So high achieving students, especially those who are naturally intelligent, can often breeze through early school without much effort. And for their successes, they're often getting praised by teachers, by parents, and almost by everyone. And this is how academic validation syndrome is usually developed. So these kids have been excelling in the school with little to no effort, but eventually as schoolwork becomes more challenging, they hit a wall. And their natural abilities are no longer enough to get the results they're used to get. This is a difficult transition, and they're not used to work hard. Instead, they've been told their whole lives that they're gifted, and this creates confusion and stress, leading them to question their abilities, and the pressure to meet high expectations only adds to their frustration. The fear of failure can become so strong that some students avoid tasks that require hard work altogether. Over time, this avoidance becomes a problem. Because of the fear of failure, people with academic validation syndrome might stop even trying new things, and as a result, their growth becomes drastically limited. Students with the syndrome also develop defensive mechanisms. The most common one is an ability to ask for help because of the fear of judgment or appearing vulnerable. Another one is the concealment of hard work. For instance, they might say something like, "I didn't study for the test," even though they did, in order to maintain the image of being naturally gifted. As we can see, academic validation syndrome can seriously affect academic and personal development. But the good news is it can be prevented and cured. So, if you just realize that you might have an academic validation syndrome, then there is no point in worrying. You can still turn things around. And here's what you should do. First, let go of the smart kid identity. Understand that success requires hard work, not just natural talent. And relying on this label can harm your self-esteem, a lot. And instead focus on effort and growth. Second, learn to manage other people's expectations. High expectations can create a gap between what you're capable of and what others expect. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, and you can either meet the expectations or adjust to them to match your true capabilities, and understand that your achievements are still valuable even if they don't meet everyone else's expectations. So lastly, work on your emotions. People with academic validation syndrome often experience social isolation and loneliness. And believe it or not, something as simple as physical touch can help. Hugs, handshakes, or even just a friendly pat on the back can truly make a difference.
So now you have a better understanding of what academic validation syndrome is. Thanks for watching, and remember that you're more than just your grades. You've got this.